Welcome back to Undiagnosed Baddie, your favorite daily 10-minute podcast. Now, let's go ahead and get into our topic of the day. And really, it's about your body and how it changes, right? Like liking foods that you didn't like before. And so, right, why does food taste different as you age? And we all know, well, we might not, but every 7 years on a cellular level, your body like rejuvenates, throws out, you get new cells, right? So that's one reason. Also, okay, so let's back up. When I was younger, I did not like to eat onions. I did not like to eat tomatoes. The only way, I feel like I got a cough. Sorry. I did. The only way that I used to eat tomato was like diced on a taco from like Taco Bell, maybe two, which is not a lot, right? But I love ketchup, I love tomato sauce, and I love the flavor of the things, but just not the things. Now, as a 42-year-old woman, I love me an onion, especially a red onion. I love tomatoes and even green fried tomatoes, right? So I will eat both of those in all of the forms now. And I think when I was younger, it had something to do with texture. I just wasn't feeling the texture back then. It tasted, I remember, it was like slimy. It wasn't a solid truly, right? And then the smell of onions can be very pungent and um just off-putting, and that also has something to do with not eating certain foods when you're younger. I do want to say I am one to try different types of foods, like exotic foods. So, for instance, I've had frog legs. I'm not sure. So, okay, boom. In the comments, before I even keep going, y'all tell me where you're from, number one, and what types of different foods you've had. And the only reason why I say that is because some people are going to put some certain meats that are regional to them in the comments. I have faith in y'all. Okay, so being from the East Coast, we'll just do that, right? East Coast, water, boom, fish. We're going to talk about something else too. Let me write that. I'll be forgetting things. Okay. So I've had frog legs. I've had escargot, which is in the family of conch, right? So when I was in Jamaica, I had conch and or Bahamas. I don't remember where I was, but I definitely had conch. I've had bison and as sausage. I've had caviar, rabbit, duck, gator. I love gator. Gator and duck are top two for me. I never had rabbit. My cousin, so at Christmas time, my grandma will buy a rabbit and duck, and I'll get the duck, and my cousin will get the rabbit. But I don't eat rabbit. I've had deer in stew and jerky form. I'm trying to think what else I've eaten. What other meats I've truly, all of the C's. So of course, like oysters and crawfish and lobster. I've eaten all of that, right? So that's to me that's regular. That's regular. That's regular around where I'm from, right? Blue crabs. Shout out to Maryland. Being a blue crab state, had to slow down my words real quick. But I wouldn't have eaten a lot of that stuff when I was younger. And the only reason I had deer stew because it was in like school and it was deer season and it was just this white lady whose husband killed, well, not killed, hunted deer, and they had overflow and she made it for us and it was just part of it. And it was like one of those things that like back then I probably should you probably shouldn't have been eating it out of anybody's house, but back then the teachers could do stuff like that, right? It wasn't all of these allergies that these weird kids had. Like what do you mean you're allergic to peanuts? What do you mean you're allergic to air? All of these kids are in bubbles. It's so crazy. And I truly believe it's because they're not playing dodgeball. They've never been hit in the face with a dodgeball to activate all the histamines. And that's why they're allergic to everything. Anyway, I've eaten that type of stuff. Now, I do I remember seeing someone on Twitter, probably 10 years at this point. He traveled to Africa, and y'all can correct me if I am out of pocket, but he had lions. So I'm not sure if that was like acceptable or they did that for travelers. So if I'm not supposed to eat that, y'all let me know cuz I have no idea. But I when I went to Africa, I just had regular like chicken. I didn't have any exotic meats when I went to Ghana. I want to go back to Africa. I want to go to Nigeria. I want to go with, this is gonna sound so crazy, y'all. I want to go with like authentic Nigerians that still have family there. I want to go back to different parts of Africa, and I don't want the touristy experience. Do I? So when I go places, I love doing touristy stuff. Cuz I'm a tourist, hello. But I like doing authentic native things as well. Like when people come here with me, I take them to the go-go, babe. The club. What's the club? So I do that with them. I do want to try some lion. I'm trying to think. I've never had snake or lizard or anything like that. I don't think I would want to put spiritually, and I guess people could say the same for goats and chicken, but I don't want to put no. I don't want to put snake or lizard in my body. I don't think I want to eat that. I don't even think that it would taste good. It just looks so. And I guess you could say the same about gator, right? But gator tastes like chicken, but has a consistency of steak, in my opinion. And I love when I go down south, and don't beat me up. Don't beat me up. I love a pappardelle. I love a pop. I love going to Pappardelle to get me some gator. But I also love when I go down south and they got that gator on that big grill and they rotating that mug. Bon appetit, baby. And they got the gator wrapped in bacon. If anybody in Miami is watching this and your family has a cookout coming up and y'all cook gator over the fire, DM me so I could call you because, baby, I would love to pull up. I would love to pull up and eat some gator with the family because if you can cook gator, I know y'all could cook everything else. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned about the potato salad, the macaroni salad, the macaroni. I'm not worried about nothing because I know it's gonna taste good because you cooking gator. I haven't had gator in some years. I'm trying to think. What else would I take? Because I know. Shout out to Morgan. I was watching one of her vlogs and she had a camel burger. She said she didn't like it. I would try camel. I would try camel. Trying to think of like what else is out there. Oh, so when you go over to like Asia, they have I guess shark. I would try shark. It's a fish. I think it's very, very expensive though, because I don't think you're supposed to be like really hunting particular types of shark. So I would try. I would try it. It's fish. Now, speaking of fish, the fakest fish we all know, tilapia. Tilapia came out when the United States government has been trying to tell us that tilapia has been around forever. Tilapia has not been around my entire life. It's a modified fake fish. Then people on the internet started saying, where'd tilapia come from? Where'd tilapia come from, right? I ain't never seen no whole tilapia. It's always a fillet. I ain't never seen no tilapia with the head on it. Then all of a sudden, here comes Big Brother Costco. And we've got tilapia with heads on it. Man, if you don't get out of here with, that's a conspiracy that I know for sure, right? That was manufactured by the government because tilapia new here. We some fish eating country people. We got people in North Carolina, Mississippi, up in Maine, down in Texas. We got the whole East Coast on lock. Tilapia new. We don't eat that. We don't eat tilapia. We don't do that. Not even with the head on it. Because what y'all done came up in the lab with now? Nobody eating that. And don't invite me to no fish fry if you cooking tilapia. Do I need to bring my own fish? Y'all put your favorite fish that y'all love fried in the comments. Like, I need some engagement from y'all. What's up? Y'all have a good day. Can't wait. Matter of fact, invite me to a fish fry. Invite me to a fish fry. Hit my DMs, y'all. I'm outside all summer.